Since that first day, over 300 community tips had flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines, everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our Forensic Services Unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. This DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video, after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time? Okay. When you're ready, we're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of this video and witness observations, we believe the suspect to be approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, and of Hispanic descent. If you have any information about this suspect, we are asking you to please call our detectives at our tip line. And the tip line number is 410-836-7788. We've also established a dedicated tip email address, and that email address is rmtips@hartfordsheriff.org. Again, that's RM as in Rachel Morin, tips @hartfordsheriff.org. We want to make it clear that we believe the suspect acted alone, and he doesn't represent the entire Hispanic community of Hartford County, who we are now partnering with to identify this suspect. I know I can speak for the sheriff when I say we are immensely proud of this community. Our community will not be defined by this tragedy. Our community is one that will work together to get the job done and bring this suspect to justice. In the meantime, in the light of this new evidence, I urge our citizens to use caution while walking on our trails and throughout our community. Be alert, walk with a friend, don't allow yourself to be distracted by your cell phone or headphones. And finally, if you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you think is suspicious, act on those instincts and call 911. And lastly, we will continue our increased presence on the Mom Pod Trail. And now I'll open it up to questions.
Colonel, do you have any other details on what happened in Los Angeles, exactly where, or anything about what this person did there?
So when it comes to the details about Los Angeles, that's the information that the Los Angeles Police Department has, and we were just going to refer people to the Los Angeles Police Department to get those details. Only thing I can tell you is an attack on a young girl.
Any word about a possible motive? Like, was Rachel missing any money or anything like that?
So we are not going to talk about the crime scene at this time because, as I've said in previous interviews, we don't want to talk about the crime scene or what happened at the crime scene, because once we catch this person, we want to make sure we got the right person. And the only people that know what happened at that crime scene when we catch the person is us and that suspect. So we're not giving any details about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Again, how did you come across, what led you to this particular suspect, this person?
So we collected DNA from our crime scene. The Maryland State Police analyzed that DNA for us, ran it through the National CODIS system, and that came back as a match to the crime that occurred in Los Angeles, where they had recovered DNA from this person that you saw in the video.
The video that we watched, tell us about it. I mean, what Los Angeles Police released it to you, but what is it? Is it at his home? Is it at a scene of a crime?
That is at a home, and that is the suspect leaving the scene of the crime there.
And that was a home invasion and assault, you said, right?
Correct.
Of a little girl? Is that what you said?
A young girl. So I'm going to leave it at a young girl. I don't want to talk about the family there. But it was a young girl in the house that got assaulted.
What does this do to the case, Colonel? You have an image now of the person you think is. What does that do for the case?
Well, I think now it kind of leads us down the path that we believe this was a person that Rachel probably didn't know. Maybe you could say potentially a random act of violence. And we're hoping that the community now can watch that video. And we also got still pictures that we're going to be putting out and that somebody can identify him.
Have you narrowed it
was
down
totally-
to a certain area? Do you think he could still be like somewhere on the Montauk Trail? Or
We don't have any clue where he could be. We don't even know if he's still in Harford County or in the state of Maryland, because obviously in March he was in California, and then here in August he was here in Maryland. So we don't know if he's still here or not.
Do you have any evidence that he was targeting people along that trail, or do you believe this was, completely random?
I'd only be speculating. We do not know.
Do you think he may be armed, any weapons or anything like that?
I don't. Again, speculation.
You describe him, Colonel, as 5'9", 160 Hispanic male. Do we have an approximate age or?
Oh yeah, we believe he's in his low to mid 20s.
Do you know do you have a date for when the Los Angeles invasion happened?
I'm just going to put out that it was in March. The Los Angeles Police Department knows that we're doing this press conference, so if you called them, they would probably be able to give you that information.
How rare is this to have a DNA hit from the other side of the country? And can you talk about that whole process and how that worked?
I mean, this is the first time I've seen a hit in a case that I've been involved in that was that far away for a DNA hit. So I wouldn't say that it's unheard of, but certainly unusual.
For the record, you don't have his name or
No, that's what we're
where
looking
he
for.
where he lived or anything like that. Is he from LA or?
We don't know.
Okay.
We know nothing more about him other than he was in LA and committed that crime in March, and he was here in August and is the murderer. We believe to be the murderer of Rachel Moore.
To follow up on that question, you identified him through DNA evidence through this database. So there's no name associated with
No.
that.
No, there's no name associated because it's just evidence from a crime that was submitted, and his DNA on it, like being arrested and getting DNA, that none of that is in the system. However, we are working with we have called the FBI, and we are working with some of their DNA experts in their crime lab to try to help us further analyze this DNA.
Without compromising the investigation, can you tell us? Rachel was found.
Correct.
And it was determined that it was a homicide.
Correct.
Was there trauma? Was she beaten? What was the nature of the
All
homicide?
we've said so far, and I think we're going to leave it at that, is that it was a violent attack.
What's your message?
No
to-
relationship at all between Rachel and the suspect.
Well, again, we just got this information last night. Not that we have been able to determine yet that we don't know of any relationship or that they were known to each other before this incident. So I can't really say, but right now, no.
Obviously, this is it already has the community on the edge right now.
Absolutely.
We have somebody out here who just murdered someone. What's your message to the community? Obviously, people are scared, out here.
Yeah, we want our community to be vigilant. Obviously, the Mom Pa Trail has been open since the day after Rachel was discovered. We have a very large amount of deployment on the Mom Pa Trail. We are going to continue that deployment until either this person is caught or we believe he's not in the area anymore. But our plan is to be vigilant for our community. Our community has been just tremendous with the support they give us and trying to figure out what's going on and calling in tips. And we're hoping that maybe even people from LA will see this interview and see that this person committed that crime there, and maybe somebody knows him. We believe and we hope that somebody who actually knows this suspect that's in the video will be able to identify him for us.
Forgive me if you said this. Are you revealing where the DNA was found?
No.
Was it under fingernails?
No,
or
we're not going to reveal that.
That video was from Los Angeles.
That video is from
after the assault.
Yeah, that was the suspect leaving the assault that occurred in March in Los Angeles.
Doorbell cam, right?
I mean,
Or home security cam.
yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel.
Woo! That was a lot to take in. Not a boyfriend, not an ex, but someone. I'm shocked too. See, here's the whole thing. That's the reason I'm not a detective. Because I can sling it anywhere, and sometimes I guess right. Some things are obvious when it comes to a child, but when it comes to a woman on a trail, I have to hear this again. Give me a second. And if you're in that area, remember, he's still on the loose. That's the reason they upped their security. They didn't buy new vehicles and everything. Okay, OJ, come on, let's not do that. Because he's still out there. Ryan Christie said it could have been someone she hooked up with on one of those dating sites, and that scares me. Absolutely. Christina said, what is the cause of death? Head trauma? You know what? I don't know. Because Trifling Mike said it looked like the right side of her face was gone by a rock. I mean, my mind is going everywhere right now. And that's a dangerous place. Okay, let's go through this again. Well, hello, Pat.
Hi there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's National Black Cat Day. Have you heard?
I heard that.
So she's stripped naked. They found her phone. No one took anything from her. There's no reports of SA. And it's this guy from LA, and they found him in the CODIS system.
I know. I'm so excited about that. I just love this DNA shit.
I know that is your jam. Let me tell you what, you should write a book about it. Let's go through this again, Pat. Do you have a second?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Because I'm going to go through it slowly.
Okay.
Because they spilled out a lot real fast. We're going to do a deep dive, Pat.
Okay.
I need Kat to make me a deep dive video.
Oh, yeah. I can't hear it.
Yeah, it takes them a minute to turn their volume on.
Okay.
Over 300 community tips have flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines, everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our Forensic Services Unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. This DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show you.
So obviously they have the DNA and they have him on camera because he's said to be the person that murdered Rachel on August 5th.
That's unreal. I've never seen it work this good, this system.
No, not at all. Before we get back to the rest of it, let's go through how the CODIS system works. How about that?
Okay. You telling us? Oh, this one.
Just gonna play it.
Yeah, and left naked, like trash.
He was a very violent sexual predator. He targeted victims that he knew would not be credible.
He had sexual in 1983. Yet no one ever filed a case on him.
DNA analysis was a huge boom to forensic biology. However, it had certain problems that still existed prior, and that is, if you didn't have a suspect, it didn't solve the case.
In the first days of DNA testing, if we had a profile and the detectives did not have a suspect, we couldn't do anything with that profile. We couldn't compare it to anything else. Perhaps we could compare it to other cases if they were within our laboratory, but if a case was happening in another state or another city, we wouldn't know about it necessarily. So that is one of the reasons why the CODIS system, or the Combined DNA Index System, came about. It involved legislation from every state in America to build this CODIS system.
CODIS, as a database of information, keeps all of these DNA profiles and it compares them constantly against each other. If one crime were committed in one state and another crime were committed in another state, CODIS can link those two cases just simply by identifying a common DNA profile that was in both cases. It doesn't have to be by geography. It could also be by time. If two crimes were committed in the same area, but separated by days, weeks, months, or even years, CODIS can still identify that common DNA profile between those two cases.
And that is your jam, Pat.
I just love it. It matches up apples to apples. Basically, that's what it does. You know, the blood type from one person is no one else has the exact same blood type. The closest you'd ever get is identical twins. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I am just get these people off the street however we can. And now I can tell you right now, somebody at those police and FBI labs is doing a genealogy chart right now. I would have started the second I got the match back. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I'd be doing his genealogy. Although if he's Hispanic, they don't have as many samples from Hispanic people. That's one of the lower ones. They're not, a lot of them aren't in Ancestry or 23andMe. So, but still, they'll get them. They'll get them on that.
Well, it seems like they're pretty confident in this.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to look at his video again.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to know him, but I want to ask you this, Pat, and tell me your honest opinion.
Okay.
Do you think that she could have possibly met him on one of the dating sites?
I guess it is a possibility. But then again, if he's that, well, see, with the home invasion, I immediately thought, oh, so maybe he didn't go in to rob the place. He went as a home invasion to attack someone. So that makes him even more scary, you know?
So was it a thrill kill for him?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Christina said at the gym.
Oh.
Or where she went to tan.
Yeah.
But I mean, he wouldn't be going to the tanning place.
That's true. He wouldn't.
And I'm not being racist, but I mean, you know, Hispanic people, I mean, they have a great tan all year. I
Yeah.
would be a tanning place.
Yeah, no, and I get a great tan and people automatically think I'm Spanish. So,
Show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media.
Wow. Do you have cameras around your house, Pat? Oh, we lost Pat. Well, hello, Shannon. What you doing?
Hey, I'm trying to find that video they're showing because I can't see crap.
I've got it
Hey, what's
on,
up?
I've got it on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm like trying to find out they had something posted, but I don't know if they have it anywhere else because I was trying to see if anybody had it, but I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. That's so crazy. I don't think we didn't think it was anybody but someone close to her. But like a lot of people were saying in the chat, is this person been at the man house? Did she meet him on a dating site? Or is it just totally random and she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Well, if he was at the man, oh, you have your app open. If he was at the man house, they would already know who he is.
All right, you want to play it one more time? Okay. When you're ready, that's it. We're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of this video and witness observations, we believe the suspect to be approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, and of Hispanic descent. If you have any information about this suspect, we are asking you to please call our detectives at our tip line. And the tip line number is 410-836-7788. We've also established a dedicated tip email address, and that email address is rmtips@hartfordsheriff.org. Again, that's RM as in Rachel Morin, tips at hartfordsheriff.org. We want to make it clear.
Now, just remember, the video of him coming out of the door is not the man house. This is somewhere else. This is totally somewhere else. He's leaving without a shirt, which is odd. I'm wondering if there's a tag number or anything like that. Let's go back through it.
August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time? Okay. When you're ready, that's it. We're going to post it on our social media. And it was ran through the national CODIS system. DNA evidence this DNA evidence has come back as a match tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has.
Okay, you see somebody else close the door when he's coming out. Are you there, Pat?
yeah, I'm here. Oh, I missed that.
Let's do it again. We have investigating to do, Pat.
The Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the national CODIS system. DNA evidence I mean, this DNA evidence has come back as a match tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March.
Okay, for people just now coming in, this is not the video. This is not a video from Maryland. This is a home assault in Los Angeles. But the CODIS system picked him up.
Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time? Okay. When you're ready, we're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of this video and witness observations, we believe the suspect to be approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, and of Hispanic descent. If you have any information about this suspect, we are asking you to please call our detectives at our tip line. And the tip line number is 410-836-7788. We've also established a dedicated tip email address, and that email address is rmtips@hartfordsheriff.org. Again, that's RM as in Rachel Morin, tips@hartfordsheriff.org. We want to make it clear that we believe the suspect acted alone, and he doesn't represent the entire Hispanic community of Hartford County, who we are now partnering with to identify this suspect. I know I can speak for the sheriff when I say we are immensely proud of this community. Our community will not be defined by this tragedy. Our community is one that will work together to get the job done and bring this suspect to justice. In the meantime, in the light of this new evidence, I urge our citizens to use caution while walking on our trails and throughout our community. Be alert, walk with a friend, don't allow yourself to be distracted by your cell phone or headphones. And finally, if you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you think is suspicious, act on those instincts and call 911. And lastly, we will continue our increased presence on the Mom Pod Trail. And now I'll open it up to questions.
Colonel, do you have any other details on?
See, when we had the show the other day, I was like, there's something going on. They increased the presence there. They knew there was a threat in the community. Destiny said it when she left a comment that I showcased, and she's like, I'm not going out. I'm not going to the playground, not going there until they catch this person or persons.
Yeah, I'd be scared too. Wow.
Erica sent me this. This is the flyer.
Oh, wow. But who shut the door? I saw that.
Let's look at it again.
Okay, I'm going to blow it up.
And this DNA evidence has come back as a match and flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines, everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our Forensic Services Unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the national CODIS system. DNA evidence this DNA evidence has come back as a match tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video, after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time? Okay. When you're ready, we're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of...
How did he make it from California to the East Coast?
Yeah. I doubt he would have flown.
2,000 miles.
But that was 5 months ago. In March, from March till August.
Right.
So in 5 months, yeah, you could get across the country. And wonder why he left.
On the run, and he was already in the CODIS system because he wasn't picked up for this. So it's a crime from before.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the person that closed the door, my first instinct was that looked like a woman.
Me too.
Like
I look at it again.
the wrists were so small.
And an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March. Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video, after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't shut the door behind him.
No. Although that, I guess there could have been 2 people in the home invasion. You know, maybe that really doesn't matter, but I just, you know, that just looked a bit odd.
And to be quite honest, it could have been the victim.
I know. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying that. Well, you know, it could have been, but he could have been invited over for a coffee, assaulted her, and then leaves. And she shut the door. We don't know.
In March, and then makes his way to Maryland and kills Rachel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he could have met her dating. That maybe is what's going on. We might find that out. Well, I think they would have warned us then of dating sites.
Well, I mean, I think there's a big warning in the community right now because they're telling everyone to be careful. Like, you know, Destiny said, I'm not going out on the trails. I'm not taking my kids to the playground. I'm not going out there.
And the borders will be all stepped up with security watching for them.
Right.
So
You're
we don't want them in Canada. Not that we want them in Maryland either, but we don't want them up here.
Destiny said most likely Rachel fought and the DNA was probably from her fingernails.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll get them. They'll get them. Somebody will, you know, when you put your DNA into Ancestry and they go to GEDmatch, there's like, you can have, say, 700 or second cousins or third cousins. And one of those, it just takes one person to put their DNA in his whole, you know, family, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, kids. And they'll build a family tree very quickly. It'll just be finding them then. But the more they know, the better, right? Because they always go to I bet he's got a connection to Maryland.
Well, he's got to.
Yeah. A friend of a friend or something, and crashing at their place. They'll get them. What's chat saying? I can't see it.
True Crime Beat said someone will recognize him. I doubt that, because the people that know people like this won't call them in because they're like them and they don't want to get hung up for something else that they have done.
Yeah.
Joanne said she slammed the door. I saw that too.
Yeah. See, when you mentioned dating sites, that's what I was thinking of, a date that he could have taken advantage of her. But then they said home invasion. That sort of is like he burst in the door or something. That's what I think of.
But I mean, the thing is, I mean, she was killed on the trail.
Yeah, I was talking about the first one. My mind's going all over the place.
Oh, mine too. Mine too. Well, let's look at this because, you know, let's face it, women get preyed upon a lot. We should always travel in groups.
Yep.
And here's some life-saving techniques that we should all learn.
Okay.
I want to preface the speech I'm about to teach by saying one thing, that under no circumstances is the target of a crime like this to blame for what happened to them. We should be able to wear whatever we want, run wherever we want, at any time that we want, drink whatever we want, hang out with whomever we like. So we have the right, not the obligation, but the right to learn techniques that can help increase our chance of survivability in a worst case violent physical encounter. So my wife Eve is here with me today to demonstrate some techniques. And in the case of an abduction, what we have to understand, rule number one, don't fight the attacker. Fight the attacker's objective. What they would like to do is grab and isolate and remove you from the primary crime scene as quickly and as quietly as possible. So our objective is to delay, to slow things down and make it as loud as possible to draw attention to the situation. So if Eva's over here and I get a hold of her, look what she's gonna do.
Somebody help! Help!
And then she's gonna pry herself out. So let's show what she did really quickly here. I grabbed her by the wrist, I'm pulling Eve. First thing is base stand. Now, interestingly, this base allows her to lean back and really delay my ability to pull her. Now, if Eve tries to hurt me and punch me in this situation, she would actually compromise her balance and potentially be taken away. So this is what I mean by don't fight the attacker, fight their objective.
At local gyms, anywhere you go, I say anywhere, I mean, they have self-defense courses. You know, I go back to Eliza Fletcher, which I still think there's something going on there. But she couldn't fight Pookie off.
I don't know that one, Brooks. Sorry.
That's okay.
But the way the girl stood, see how she went down low? That's something good to know. I didn't know that.
And I get a hold of her, look what she's gonna do.
Somebody help! Help!
And then she's gonna pry herself out. So let's show what she did really quickly here. I grabbed her by the wrist, I'm pulling Eve. First thing is base stand. Now, interestingly, this base allows her to lean back and really delay my ability to pull her. Now, if Eve tries to hurt me and punch me in this situation, she would actually compromise her balance and potentially be taken away. So this is what I mean by don't fight the attacker, fight their objective, slow down the attack. She was drawing attention with loud screams at this point, and then she used a wrist release to pry her hand out with leverage, aka alavanca. She's able to make her exit. Now, what happens in a situation where she falls to the ground, or let's say she can't break my grip instead? So I'm pulling, she's losing her balance, she's maybe sliding. She might choose to go to the ground deliberately, introduce her feet into the situation, and now she can strike, and now she has not only better distance control, but she can strike from underneath me, further delaying the attack, increasing the chance of bystander intervention. And if the attacker starts to fear that someone's going to intervene, they're more likely to change their mind and go because they anticipated a much easier abduction than what they're getting. Finally, someone's behind, picks you up, and takes you to the car. Look, no matter what, do not get in the car. So I'm here, I'm trying, and Eve's not going to cooperate under any circumstances. You see how she used her legs to push off the car, delaying our entry, and then once we hit the ground, she makes her exit. But what if she gets thrown in the car? After you. Rule number 1, get out as quickly as possible. Someone takes you in the car, you go out the other door. You get out as quickly as possible while the car is either parked or at very low speed. But let's say you can't get out of the car. They're driving, you're in the back seat. If you can't exit the car, there is an option to use a vascular neck restraint, a very effective technique. I'm driving, watch what Eve does from here. She wraps, she locks her hands together, and then from here, I gotta breathe. Bilateral carotid artery compression. Right here, she's wrapping the neck. In 6 to 10 seconds, the person will be rendered unconscious, which will then give her the chance to plan her exit and exit the vehicle from there. Finally, if she's in the passenger seat, she's not behind the subject. Maybe she cannot strangle him because of the angle that she's at, and he's driving. Let me explain this. This is the last resort. This is worst case scenario. There's no exit. There's no choke. There's no way to get out of this car. You might consider, Dan, at low speeds while they're driving to cause an accident. Boom. If you have an option, put your seatbelt on first, but you cause an accident hoping to draw attention to the situation. And then when the crash happens, low speeds, of course, the best, you control it as best you can, and you're going to make this decision in the moment. The point is, everything is on the table when it comes to saving your life. The rule is, you never want to be taken away from the primary crime scene where contact was made. So Eve's attempt to crash is in her attempt to prevent us from going to another location where it's going to be much harder to recover her and help her get free from that situation. All of these from the Women Empowered Gracie Jiu-Jitsu program for self-defense. All of that is available at gracieuniversity.com. So anyone who wants to learn more should definitely check it out.
I think we either have to start running in packs or be very aware of our surroundings.
Yeah. Yeah. That was very good. I remember Chris McDonough saying, whatever you do not let them get you in a vehicle. Do everything you can to not get in the vehicle. So those techniques they just showed was great. Maybe I'll go to one of those classes. I could get my sister to go with me.
Yeah, I think we all need to learn self-protection. Whatever state or country you're in, we need to know how to self-protect.
Yeah. Even if it's just like falling on the ground there. You know, because we all say, oh, we'd punch him in the face or kick him in the, private parts. But really, when you're in that position, it happens so quick. Some guy jumped my niece when she was walking home from the mall. She worked at the mall, and it's probably about a mile to my place. And she was walking home past tennis courts. And this guy passed her, and then he turned around and he jumped her and put his arms around her neck, sort of, and tried to get down her top. And she screamed, and I think she said she hit him or something. I don't remember, but then she ran the mile to my house, and she was just freaking. We called the police right away, and it was so funny. They said to her, how old do you think he was? And she immediately said 17. And then the guy kept drilling her, saying, did you know him? And she said no, but she described what he had on and everything. And then anyway, long story short, about a month later, we got, they called her. She immediately went to Nova Scotia. She was afraid, and with her sister. But anyway, I got the notice here in the mail. They caught the guy, and he had a restraining order against 10 people, had a restraining order against him. And he was just a creep. Who knows what would have happened, but thank God she got away.
Well, my thing is about this guy, whatever his name is. I mean, he's in the CODIS system, so he obviously went to jail and got out at some point.
Or he was charged. Or do they not take the DNA until they're, no, they take it when they're charged, don't they? When they're arrested.
I don't know about California.
Hmm. Well, they have enough money behind them. They should have a good system.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a small town.
No.
Ooh, that is scary though, right across the country.
Yeah, he's not too far from you, Pat.
I know. And you know, there is ways to get into the country without going through a border.
Sunshine said, tell him you have AIDS.
Yeah, I always thought of doing that. I did. I always thought, well, he's going to think twice. You never know. Or I always thought of saying to him, oh, I see your dead mother.
Angel P said, pretend to throw up.
Okay.
Fake a seizure, something like that. This is scary. I mean, we know that women are targets. Okay, we know that.
Yeah.
But this dude went from LA to Maryland, but I don't think it was to find Rachel so much. I just really wonder if it's random or they met on that trail from one of the dating sites.
But I think the police would have said something. Even to warn women, you know, who are on a dating site tonight. I think they would have said that if they could have, you know, if they have her, or did they find her phone, did you say?
They have her phone, yeah.
Okay, so they would know if it was a dating site.
Right. Jules said, random in my opinion. All right, well, okay, OJ, we're not doing that right now. We're not doing that. Okay. All right. So since today is National Black Cat Day,
yeah,
we have to see one more thing about OJ. And he's getting his presents this weekend. If everyone has a second. OJ, let's not do that, please. Okay. All right. National Black Cat Appreciation Day.
Okay.
Lay down, okay? Did you say no one cares?
No. We care.
It seems to mean a lot to OJ today because he shut down the Wi-Fi today.
I saw that. I was listening to the replay because I had to go to the plant store. So I didn't hear when you got cut off, but I put it on later and I was killing myself laughing. I'm sorry, I was. It was.
No, my family makes an asshole out of me every damn day.
But you know what I think OJ needs? I think he needs a nightly call from Greg, from his daddy. We're not, you're not talking. Just put it on voice and let OJ and daddy have some time together. I think that would help. So just saying, Greg.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to call Greg right now. He probably won't answer. See, right?
Hello.
Hi, honey. What you doing?
Driving in West Texas.
Okay. Well, I saw you in chat, and you said, Brooks, it's your bedtime.
I said it's past your bedtime.
It's past my bedtime. But you know that, well, first off, what do you think about this development in Rachel's case?
Wait, first off, Greg, you're live. You're live right now, okay?
I kind of figured that because I was listening to the program and all of a sudden you suggested that I speak to my cat every night and the phone ringing.
You see?
Yeah. Been with my wife long enough to know what was going on there.
There you go. Just wanted to make sure you knew, you know.
Thank you, Pat, because she wouldn't have told me until the show was over. You realize this, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Well, when this happened, you said it was random. And I'm like, you're an idiot, Greg. What do you mean it's random? She's on dating sites and things like that. And you're like, no, it's random.
Good guess.
Ex-cop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peas in a Pod said OJ wants to go with Daddy on the next trip. All right, Greg. So you have to listen to this. It's about Bombay cats. All right.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to do a self-defense course on here about how women can protect themselves when we go to the car, the grocery store, walking trails, and things like that.
I firmly believe that women should take self-defense courses. And that gentleman that you played the video from, that Gracie University, I would highly recommend that because the applicable tactics that they teach are real life things that women can utilize, and it makes a difference. It could definitely make a difference.
Well, I'm going to look into it. I'm sure my community center here has it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have some form of women's self-defense, but if they try to find one that really teaches that Gracie jiu-jitsu, that defense tactic, it's highly effective.
I saw his T-shirt said jiu-jitsu, and I wonder, okay, so that is the form of self-defense, you think?
That's the form of martial art, and the adaptation that they utilize from that martial art, they apply it to self-defense for women.
Oh, okay.
But they're very practical things, like that one where he showed the neck lock that 6 to 8 seconds you would render that attacker unconscious.
I guess that's good to know, but it was a little scary watching it. It's like, whoa. But you'd have to do that right away.
Yeah. But it's a mindset, too, that, like, even if you just take those courses, even if you just take them, once a week, you just go there, it's a mindset that you build where you just develop situational awareness. It's not like you're always in fight mode, but they'll teach you situational awareness.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
These women I see, you see walking around, I mean, they're dead to the world. They're such an easy victim because they got their AirPods, their earbuds in, and they're playing on their damn phone. They don't know what's going on around them at all.
I know. That's how.
Themselves such an easy target.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law had her earbuds in Toronto when she got slammed against the wall.
Oh.
She didn't see him coming.
No.
He came from behind and across the street.
Yeah.
And she's the one who is a black belt. But she didn't see it coming, didn't hear him because she had earbuds in listening to a audiobook.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're gonna do that, just put like one earbud in and put your phone away. You don't need both. You don't need to be in stereo to listen to an audiobook.
Yeah,
but at least you have one ear open to where you can hear what's going on around you a little bit.
Yeah.
Put your phone away.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness we have OJ because OJ protects me when you're not home.
Yes. We have conversations. I teach him Krav Maga. Actually, I teach him Krav Maga. That's what I was trained in.
Well, he's learning well because I'm scratched from head to toe.
He's using his techniques I taught him, I guess. He's not being a victim.
We're not laughing at you, Brock.
The biggest thing is you make as much noise as you can, and you never allow them to take you to another location, no matter what.
Yeah.
I agree. And really, one thing, if I could chime in on it, and the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu will say this too, you have to really fight dirty and strike the most vulnerable areas. Go for the eyes, go for the groin, go for the throat, places that are going to inflict a lot of damage and a lot of pain with minimal, amount of effort.
Yeah, that throat one I like.
Yeah.
I like, you see it in movies and it looks awesome where you just bam right in the throat, but yeah.
Punch someone straight right in the nose. I mean, just you don't even have to punch, slap the back of your hand into somebody's nose. Your eyes will water. If you can't see, you can't fight.
Right.
Alicia said, I had 2 incidents where I had guys who were going to try to take me when I was younger, and I fought like a wild hyena and got away.
Yeah, I agree.
Way to go.
Elizabeth said, I'll pee on them. Angel said, poke someone in the eyes, make sure it's hard enough to hear them. I'm sorry, make sure it's hard to hear the pop. That's beyond painful.
Another technique, like if somebody grabs you and like bear hug, like they got you, chest to chest, and they're picking you up, take your hands and cup your hands, and as hard as you can, come down on their ears. Just pop their ears as hard as you can.
Like a punch in the ear or come down on it?
No, cup your hands, like you're gonna
cup them.
And open up your arms like you're gonna flap, and then come in as hard as you can, and with the cup portion of your hands, make it smack against their ears.
Okay.
They'll drop you, guaranteed. They'll drop you, because that there's a pressure that comes from the air that's trapped in your hand, and just that sound, and it does something to your tympanic membrane. It causes wicked pain.
All right.
You can actually pop their tympanic membrane from doing that.
Okay. I'm feeling more powerful as I listen to you. So seriously, it's like at least we're picking up the odd little thing that I think I could accomplish. Like when the girl went down low and she was pulling the opposite way as the guy. Now, if I picture me, if the guy let go, I would hit the ground. I would lose my balance. I know that, but that's okay because then you use your feet.
Yeah, because you can keep separation with your feet.
Right.
Grab somebody when you're up kicking them and kicking them in the face.
Yeah.
He might be able to grab your leg, but you still got another one that's free. Even if he grabs both legs, his arms are occupied. You can reach up and start scratching his eyeballs out.
Right.
Fonda Ski said, what about hitting in the nose?
Absolutely. I just discussed that. If you whack him in the nose, it doesn't have to be a punch. It could just be like a bladed hand, a slap to the nose. It'll water their eye. It usually will water their eyes, and when you can't see, and plus there's a lot of pain that's with a nose blow.
Right.
If you're really adept to it, don't hit. Try if you really want to cause a lot of pain to somebody. Underneath your nose, that cartilage that's right there. If you can chop up with the back of your hand and hit that hurts like a son of a bitch. Just take your finger right now and like push on that little piece of skin in between your nostrils. Push up, and you'll get a wicked sharp pain.
Okay. Yeah. Did it?
Did you feel that little bit of pain?
Yeah.
Sharp pain. Could you imagine if you took the back of your hand and chopped up into somebody's nose right there with
Yeah.
force? How bad that would hurt? It would hurt like.
Or biting. Women can bite too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. When it comes to self-preservation, bite, claw, scratch, stomp his balls into the ground. I mean, another do that people don't think when I was saying about fighting dirty. If you have the opportunity and somebody's coming at you and you're near dirt, literally reach down and grab a handful of dirt and throw it in their eyes.
Oh, I've seen that in movies.
It works 100%.
Okay.
It works 100%.
Well, I don't think any of us should be going out alone. First of all, I want to reiterate on that.
Yeah, if you have the opportunity to be with somebody else, I would recommend it for a female. Absolutely. But on the same token, you can't live such an isolated life. I can't leave the house unless Jenny goes with me.
Well, no, I know what you mean there, but like definitely try and get a running friend or something.
Oh yeah, an activity like that. Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%.
Well, like Elijah Fletcher. I mean, when she was, raped and murdered in Memphis, and she was by herself, and it was in a nice neighborhood in Memphis.
Wasn't she riding her bike, or was she running?
No, she was running, hun.
That's right. At school, it was near school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just want everyone to be very careful. I agree with Joanne. Joanne said, I'm not getting off my ass, but I don't want people to be afraid to leave their home or anything like that. Just be self-aware.
And classes will give you a lot of self-empowerment. That's you'll develop that situational awareness as for a woman.
Yes. Or, another thing I heard was if a neighbor has a dog and you don't, ask if you can borrow the dog and take it for a walk.
That's not a bad idea either.
Yeah, and I feel much safer with my dog. I really do. He's an 80-pound retriever, but he barks. Everybody here has probably heard him when I'm on panel or stuff, but nobody gets by my house without him barking. And he only barks for a couple minutes, but he lets me know someone's there.
Yep.
Britt Sadie said, it's such a nice trail, but you can enter it from the interstate rest stop. I've seen one guy 4 times last fall that gave me a bad vibe. Since I've gone less, always take a dog.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And I know states that weapons laws in every state vary, but I would recommend for women, there's a hand weapon that you can carry even if you were running and jogging. It's called a kubaton. It kind of looks like a pen, but it's very, very effective self-defense weapon. Very effective. And I doubt many states are going to make them illegal. And you can carry it right in your hand while you're running or jogging, and you would have something at the ready to defend yourself.
Right. And one thing someone taught me a long time ago was you put your car keys, so you put your key part coming through your fingers, and they said, and try for the temple. And it's like, oh my God. But they said that'll disable somebody. So that's the only thing I really do if I'm like leaving the mall, going to my car and it's night. I wait for other people to go. I've learned that from traveling. I wait, I'll stand there and have a cigarette and wait for other people to go in my direction. But I still do my keys like that, coming through my fingers.
The kubaton, that's one thing that a lot of them have a keychain on them, so you actually keep it on your keychain. So
right.
It's longer than a key, and it's much more effective.
Yeah.
Much more effective. Like, there's all kinds of cool techniques. Like, you could use the Kubaton, because like I said, it looks kind of like a pen, but it's got like bumps in it. If somebody was to grab your wrist, you could actually take the Kubaton and stick it in between your wrist and their thumb and just pry like you're turning a key, and it would pop their thumb right off your wrist.
Right.
They're highly effective, and they're not even expensive.
Okay, let's not do that, OJ. Summer Thunder wants to know how you spell Kubaton.
Kubaton. Kubaton.
Fundaski says I have a whistle and pepper spray in each vehicle and on my backpack, and I can wear in the front. They are smaller versions. Well, the problem is some states
can't have mace.
You can't have mace. You can't have pepper spray.
Yeah.
Joanne said you can't have mace in Australia.
Yep.
Yeah, can't help you there.
Well, you know what I heard someone else say in Canada, because we can't have any of that, is like for the people that live alone, put a can of that bee stuff. You know, the stuff that you shoot into wasp nests?
Wasp spray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Great idea, isn't it? I mean, if you can't have anything else, like somebody said to me, well, just put a baseball bat in your room. And I said, I doubt I'd get a swing off at somebody.
Well,
you know,
the wasp spray, the one reason why that's very effective is because it has like a 30-foot spray.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I can't really think of anything in Oklahoma that isn't illegal to have for self-protection. So if anything happens to me, it's my own damn fault.
Yeah, well, you know how to use a gun sorry, I guess I can't say that. You guys have more of those down there than we have in Canada.
Well, the problem is, Pat, I'm not a good shot unless I have a 410.
Oh.
Okay. I'm no Magnum PI. Don't think I'm going to roll around on the concrete and get a straight shot at someone. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to hop off now. I got to feed my cat. It's bugging me here.
Come on, you have to watch this first.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Gizmo, wait.
Black cat. Their glossy coat is paired with a set of golden saucer-like eyes, earning the breed its nickname, the patent leather kid with the new penny eyes. Aside from its exotic looks, the Bombay is an endearing, playful, and agreeable feline. Let's take a look at Bombay Cat Breed 101. Everything you need to know. Number 13. Bombay cats have a wild side. Much like the Savannah cat or the Bengal cat, the Bombay was bred with the goal of producing a domestic feline with a feral appearance. American breeders crossed sable Burmese with black American shorthair cats to achieve the Bombay's exotic panther-like look. Their wild cat sway and striking appearance have earned them the nicknames as the Mini Panther and the Parlor Panther. Number 12. They aren't from Bombay. The origins of this breed are credited to American breeder Nicky Horner, who wanted to develop a domestic breed that resembled a black leopard. Ms. Horner began this project in the 1950s, and the first successful hybrid kitten was born in 1965. Horner named the breed Bombay because it resembled the black leopards of that exotic port town in India. Bombays are recognized as an official breed by both the Cat Fanciers Association and the International Cat Association. Number 11. Bombay cats are entirely black. Bombay cats are easily recognized by their shiny, dramatic black coats. But did you know that even their noses and the pads of their paws are black? This trait is not commonly found in other black cats. Just one more feature that makes this breed stand out from the crowd.
See that in my kitty? See, he's got black pads on his paws. He's got a black nose. His ears are black. Everything.
Aww.
Hey, Gina. My friend Gina's in here. And he also knows how to unplug things. Does he not, honey?
Yes. He showed it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Proud. These medium-sized cats have a dense, muscular build. Their compact bodies are reportedly heavier than they look. Bombay cats are completely black from their ears to the pads on their paws. It's easy for these cats to hide in dark places. When they emerge out of dark alleys, they can startle you. While most Bombays have a tinge of pink on their paws, they have a unique physical appearance that sets them apart. Number 10, Bombay cats like it warm. These sleek kitties are habitual heat seekers. It's not uncommon to find a Bombay resting peacefully near any heat source. They love to curl up on sunny window ledges for warmth, or even better, on top of their human. These sleek, medium-sized cats are habitual heat seekers. It's not uncommon to find a Bombay cat resting peacefully near any heat source. They love to curl up near a sunny window ledge for warmth, or even better, on top of their favorite human. If it's cold outside, you'll most likely find your Bombay in the warmest place in your house. They love to sleep beside a fireplace and feel the warm heat. If you live in a chilly environment, you will need to keep your Bombay cat warm and snuggly indoors. You must guard all the hot heat sources to prevent your cat from painful burns. Number 9, minimal.
I know, because when I was trying to nurse my shoulder and I had a heating pad on it, he took the heating pad and laid on it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep, he likes to eat that.
He does.
Grooming is required. This news will come as a welcome surprise for anyone seeking a low-maintenance cat. The Bombay's fuss-free short hair doesn't require much attention beyond weekly brushing. This breed also sheds less than the average cat. Sounds good to me. Number 8, Bombays are social butterflies. Aptly named Velcro cats, Bombays tend to keep close to their beloved owners. They will seek their owner's attention and have been known to follow their favorite human from room to room. They're particularly good with strangers. You won't find these cats dashing to hide under the bed when company arrives. They're likely to greet you and anyone else with a warm welcome at the front door. These highly social cats hate to be left alone for long periods of time, and they're prone to loneliness and depression if left in solitude for too long. This, unfortunately, can lead to destructive behavior. If you're away at work all day, leave plenty of toys for your kitty.
Hang on, we have a question. Who does OJ follow the most? Are you there, Greg?
Yeah, I thought you were going to answer the question.
Who will he not leave alone?
I don't know who.
I'm guessing Greg.
He only sees me for like 3 days a week though, so.
Fun to Ski said Greg. Just Me said Greg. Sunshine Cowgirl said Brooks. Let's take a vote. Who does OJ like better? Myself or Greg?
Construction is reported on I-20. You won't need to worry about the dog and cat fighting for posturing when each learns their place in the home. The only issue that you may have is when the dog wants your attention. Your Bombay isn't likely to pick a fight, but he is going to try to insinuate himself in between the two of you. These cats usually adjust very well to their new environments and tend to become comfortable with all inhabitants of the home in a reasonable amount of time. Number 6, Bombay cats are fiercely loyal. Bombay cats tend to bond to one person over all other members of the house. While they do love attention and affection from other family members, they seem to pick one special person that they form a big-time connection with. This is the person that they will follow around above all others in the house. They are extremely loyal, and when it comes down to a contest of who they would rather be with, they'll choose that one special person nearly every time. That is, unless there's a special treat involved. This may turn their heads briefly. Number 5, they love to stare. Bombay cats have a big-time tendency to stare. Once they set their gaze, it may remain on one person or thing for a while.
And OJ does that all the time.
Can you see mine? I've got the video on.
Oh, let me see your kitty.
Can you see
I can see him or her.
him? Okay, that's enough.
Okay, Victoria said OJ likes me better. Sunshine Cowgirl said Mama has the food. Ryan Christie said he doesn't scratch his dad. Christina said I'd say he loves on Greg and likes to torment Brooks. Brooks. Okay. S said Greg. Dolores said Greg. Ryan said Greg. Connie said Greg. All right. Walking Dead said Brooks. Thank you. We need more votes for Brooks.
Oh, suck up.
Some people may think that this is creepy, but they are just studying the thing that they are looking at. There usually isn't any ill intent. It's important to remember that Bombays are very smart cats. While it's hard to tell just what's going on in their minds, you can tell when the wheels are turning. You'll know if he's angry because when he goes into a long and hard stare with his tail swishing and his ears pinned back, he's showing everyone around that he's in a foul mood and not willing to be trifled with. Number 4, owners must watch a Bombay's diet. Bombay cats are a breed that can gain a little too much weight, but because of their satin coats, it really doesn't show. They are good at hiding a few extra pounds, so your kitty's weight could become out of control before you realize it. By nature, Bombay cats have a more dense build than other cat breeds. It's best to keep a good eye on the amount of food that your Bombay takes in and stay within recommended guidelines for his age, size, and level of activity. Obesity can soon lead to other health-related issues, so it's important to understand that your Bombay cat can get fat without really looking overweight. Number 3, Bombay cats are very smart. These playful and interactive cats are highly intelligent. They can be successfully trained to...
Greg, do you think that OJ is a smart cat? Because, I mean...
Oh, highly intelligent. Highly intelligent.
Because, I mean, I've had cats in the past, and they just kind of sleep around the house. But, I mean, OJ is a little different.
Yeah. No, I think he's highly intelligent.
So why won't you go to cat behavioral therapists with us?
We've gone over this. Me and OJ have a harmonious relationship.
Okay. Elizabeth wants to know if OJ was bottle fed. Actually, no, he was not. He was from a breeder. But we did not buy him. It's a long story. I'll do a whole show about OJ sometime.
The origins of OJ?
Yeah. Summer Thunder said OJ sounds like he acts like a dog. Yes, he does.
He does. That's one of the traits of that breed is that they're more dog-like than they are cat.
Mm-hmm.
He plays fetch. You can throw things, he'll go get it and bring it back to you.
Oh, I had a cat like that once. I used to flick my foil from the cigarette packages across the room and he'd bring it back. Only one of my cats ever did that, though.
That's funny. It's the weirdest thing when he does that stuff.
Yeah.
JM said she wants the origin story. Not tonight. Mary Glick said OJ show. We'll do an OJ show. Greg, you want to do an OJ show on Saturday?
Possibly, sure. I got a new dad joke.
We'll
Oh,
save it.
good. Can't wait.
Perform tricks, and to play fetch. Some of them can even learn to walk outside on a leash. They are easy to train. Because Bombay cats are so highly intelligent, they are also very easy to train. This inquisitive cat loves to learn tricks. They are all about new discoveries. So if you like to play, you'll become their new best friend. Teach them a trick or two and you'll impress your friends and family. There are many Bombay cat owners who have been successful in teaching their kitties to fetch and to do other cool tricks.
Okay, I'm going to go back on this real quick. This is a problem that we've been having, and I'm going to go ahead and speak for Pat.
Oh,
because Pat tells me all the time to leave OJ alone.
well, you want to dress him up. I mean, if he sits there and lets you dress him totally calm, then maybe he wants the outfit on. But
well, that camouflage outfit I have for him, and I put it on him, he looks like Fidel Castro.
Yeah, but you didn't say, you skipped over the part, did he want it on? You went right to he looks like Fidel Castro. How many scratches did you get?
Right now I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're doing better, Pat.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It's wonderful. But he's going to be Batman for Halloween.
Many Bombay cat owners who have been successful in teaching their kitties to fetch and to do other cool tricks. Since they love to play, it's not difficult to teach them to associate hand signals with certain actions. They also have very good memories, and they especially remember things that they enjoy doing. Number 2, Bombay cats enjoy burrowing. In blankets, that is. It's not unusual to find a Bombay nestling in a pile of laundry or underneath the covers of your bed. This is the perfect arrangement for pet owners who enjoy snuggling up with their animals at bedtime. Just be careful when you get into bed. There could be a kitty hiding beneath your comforter. They love to sleep on your bed. This is something that all Bombay cat owners learn early on. Bombays do need to have their own beds just in case they want to use them, but you'll find out that their real preference is to make themselves comfortable in your bed. Most often, they'll get a nighttime cuddle or two from you, then be content to sleep at the foot of the bed. If you're not keen on having a cat in your bed, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Bombays are very smart cats, and this means that they're also fairly easy to train. If you let your kitty know that he's not supposed to be on your bed, he'll honor your wishes in time. It just takes a little work and patience to teach him the do's and don'ts of the house. Number 1, American Bombays are different from British Bombays. American and British breeders took different approaches to the creation of their mini panthers. American Bombays were achieved by crossing a sable Burmese with a black American Shorthair, whereas British breeders paired Burmese cats with black domestic cats. The two breeds are similar, but the main distinction lies in their eyes. American Bombays sport gold or copper eyes, while British Bombays' eyes are often green. Bombays have a winning combination of good looks and good manners. One thing we know for sure, this is one black cat that won't curse you with bad luck should he cross your path. Do let us know in the comments if you love this good-looking cat. Please subscribe to the All Cats. Thanks for watching.
Woo!
Guess what I saw at Amazon, Brooks?
What?
A remote control bird.
I got that for OJ for this weekend.
Oh, you did, you see.
Yep, for Victoria said, Brooks, do you have a Bombay? Yes. Yes, we have a Bombay cat.
An American Bombay.
An American Bombay, and yes, he sleeps in the bed.
Oh.
He doesn't sleep in the floor. He sleeps on our pillows.
Now he sleeps on the pillows. He sleeps between us.
Yep. On my chest.
Yeah.
On my face sometimes.
Oh, he's one of those.
Oh, he's a real asshole when he wants to be. He'll all of a sudden at like 3:30 in the morning decide that it's time for us to get up. And he'll start by just milling around and jumping on and off the bed and kind of being subtle about it's time to get up. And then he has this little trick that he likes to do where he jumps up on the bed, walks onto my right shoulder, and then takes both of his front paws and steps on my face. It just stands there.
Oh my God, he's so smart, eh? Like he knows that's gonna bug you.
What's really funny is when Greg is sleeping in and OJ is up on the dresser, and he does like basically does a cannonball on Greg and wakes him up.
We've got a big tall boy dresser. It's almost 6 foot tall, and he gets up on there. And now, mind you, he's 19 pounds. So a 19-pound cat that's jumping from basically 5'5" and jumping onto the bed full dead.
I love it. I love it.
And then he'll do that, and he walks up to me, and he stares right into my face because my eyes are open at that point, and his eyes will look right into my eyes, and then he just headbutts me on my forehead.
So is he wanting food or does he want to play?
If he's doing that, he wants attention.
Right.
He wants like it's time to get up, fat boy. Let's go. You got to entertain me.
So would that mean that Brooks was ignoring him?
No,
No, probably. I'm a horrible mother to him.
No, he could be paying perfectly fine attention to him, but he's like a dog. Like, you know, if your dog wants your attention, he'll come over and pop your hand up, and you know.
Yep.
You got to put it. That's how OJ is. He wants my attention. He'll just, like I said, he'll cannonball me, wake me up, and then he walks and stares in my eyes for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then just gives me a slight headbutt. So like, okay, bud, I guess we're getting up now.
No, he'll get right on your chest and he'll just start headbutting you until you wake up, and it's like, what is going on?
He does that. He definitely does that.
You have water. What is going on?
He wants you up.
Dada, my kitty, I love so much. I'm gonna start waking him up from his naps.
Oh, I've done that. I have done that. You know, when they're sleeping so peacefully and you're looking at them thinking, I remember last night you woke me up. So I put my hand there and I go, how does it feel, honey? Look, now maybe you should get
just pat him on the head.
I've been working on that, training him, but all he does is scratch and bite me. So I've stopped doing that. Like you told me, Pat, just leave him alone.
Well, yeah, remember the switch of the tail?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to watch. As soon as it switches one way, the cat doesn't want you. He's going to go for you.
Well, Pat, today he was raising hell, and I shut the door from the office, and he unplugged the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, they don't like shut doors.
Yeah.
So.
No, he does not. He does not like to be isolated.
Yeah.
He gets pissed.
And he has a lot of treats, you know, but he just can't eat too much because, he's almost 20 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing of it is, he doesn't look like it. They're so muscular that they're like thick. He's like a linebacker of a cat. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's not muscular, but there could be a little bit of extra fat there. That hits.
I agree.
Because they did say it's well disguised. That video.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not uncommon for male American Bombays to be like 16 pounds, so he might need to lose like 3 or 4 pounds to be healthy. A healthy weight range.
Or maybe just 1.5 pounds.
That'd be fine too.
Yeah. Don't have to make them skinny. I'm like feed it. I'm bad like that. But I do listen to the vets when they say something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a reminder.
Oh, he's looking at me right now because he thinks I'm calling him fat. No, you are not fat, OJ. You are perfect. You are perfect. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here and we will do an OJ show sometime over the weekend. And I'm going to get something together for tomorrow morning. It's actually going to be kind of a surprise show because I know some people have been like, I'm so sick of you talking about Summer Wells. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of that. So it's going to be a show that we've never done before.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
No,
Awesome.
we'll get ready.
All right.
Get ready. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And this whole thing with Rachel has just blown my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would have thought, which is why I'm not a detective, like you've heard me on the show before when I say, you know how many cases I've solved? Zero. Warrants? Zero. No, I don't solve cases. We talk about them. So, tomorrow will be a show that we have never done before. It's not a cold case. It's a solved case. So jump in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Night.